On the morning of November 1st, 1755, the city of Lisbon knelt in prayer, and the earth answered. Church bells rang across the hills as thousands gathered for All Saints' Day. Candles flickered, incense hung heavy in the air. Then, without warning, the ground began to breathe. Stones shuddered, floors rippled like water. A deep, rising roar tore through the city, as if something ancient had awakened beneath it. The first shock threw people to their knees. The second tore the city apart. Cathedrals cracked open, palaces folded in on themselves, streets split wide enough to swallow horses, carts, and screaming families. Those who survived the falling stone fled instinctively toward the open air, downhill, toward the harbor, believing the river would save them. They were wrong. Out in the Atlantic, the sea had begun to retreat, pulling itself backward as if inhaling. Ships settled onto bare mud. People stared in confusion at the exposed riverbed, glittering with stranded fish. Moments later, the ocean returned. A towering wall of water surged into the city, smashing ships into buildings, sweeping crowds away, crushing what the earthquake had spared. Fires erupted from overturned candles and shattered hearths. With water destroying one half of Lisbon and flames devouring the other, the city became a maze of smoke, ash, and human cries. For 6 days, the fires burned. Tens of thousands were dead. No one knew how many. Bodies lay buried beneath rubble, beneath water, beneath silence. The capital of Portugal, one of Europe's great cities, was reduced to broken stone and haunted air. But the shockwaves didn't stop at Lisbon's borders. Tsunamis struck distant coasts. The tremor was felt as far away as North Africa and Northern Europe. Philosophers, priests, and kings all asked the same question. How could this happen? Some said it was divine punishment. Others dared to suggest something radical, that nature itself followed laws, indifferent to prayer or power. One man, the Marquis of Pombal, chose action over fear. He ordered the dead buried, the sick treated, and the city rebuilt with new designs meant to resist the earth's fury. From tragedy, modern disaster science was quietly born. Lisbon rose again, straighter, stronger, but forever changed. The earthquake shattered more than buildings. It cracked certainty. It forced humanity to confront a terrifying truth. The world does not bend to belief. Sometimes the ground simply moves. And when it does, what matters most is not why it happened, but how we rise after the ground falls away. If this story moved you, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support helps the channel grow and brings more stories like this to life.